What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Road to Rank 1, where I climb the ladder and try my best to get to number 1. So right now I'm currently 1955, less than 50 points away from number 1. Thank you everybody for the continuous likes, comments, and support. If you guys actually missed episode 2, which is completely understandable since for some reason it went public at 6 a.m. on a Saturday, and I know Cartoon Network and Kids WB isn't good enough anymore to be up that early on a Saturday, so it's completely understandable if you missed it. You guys can go check that out. It should be on the top left or in the playlist down below. I'm pointing, but there's nothing there. Anyway, yeah, so thank you everybody once again. Let me just look for a battle and I'll pause it until I find one. Alright, so we found a battle. This guy has a pretty interesting team. Murkrow and Vaporeon, mons I don't really see that often. Just gonna lead off with Mamoswine because I am Focus Sash. I can get up my Stealth Rocks basically for free, and I can threaten the potential Murkrow lead. I can actually threaten everything on his team with this Mamoswine, barring like Vaporeon. So I'm just gonna pause until he decides to nothing because he actually made a move. So he ended up leading off with Thundurus. I'm gonna go right for the Icicle Spear. I feel like I have no reason not to, as he ends up taunting me. I do have Oblivious, so basically if I get 3 hits, he just sacked his Thundurus, and on top of that, I can get up my Stealth Rocks. The reason taunt didn't work is because I am lead Mammal with Oblivious. Oblivious this gen means that you are immune to taunt. Well, that's one of its side effects, which is pretty cool, because I was able to knock out that threat. That was actually one of the reasons why I potentially would have saved Mamoswine in the back. But now I'm seeing either Heracross or Vaporeon as a potential Pokemon that can come in. I don't really think Drill, because I am Sash, unless he's like Balloon, but then he's just letting me pop his Balloon, which leads way for Landers. In all honesty, I want to be honest, that Murkrow looking like a threat. If it has like Priority Feather Dance, and I really don't have much to touch it with. I can go for knockoff with my Landorus and get rid of its Evilite though. So just going to go for my Rocks versus this Heracross. If he doesn't have Bullet Seed, he won't be able to knock me out, and I'll be able to get on my Rocks. And on top of that, I'll be able to go for Icicle Spear in the following turn. He ends up having Pin Missile. Wow, he is able to knock me out though, regardless of anything right there. But now I actually wasn't expecting him to go for Pin Missile. I was expecting like a close comment. But either way, I can go out to my Landorus right now and go right for a Psychic that will be able to knock him out. If he chooses to go out to Murkrow in the following turn, I could just go for knockoff. So I feel like Psychic is my smarter play. I am rash natured. So I'm sorry, that just reminded me of Gator's rap. Rash nature, Aura Spirit, 1 KO Tyranitar. Shout out to Gator. If you guys have not seen his Pokemon Cypher from back in the day, or even if you guys aren't subscribed to him, excellent Showdown and Pokemon Online content. He's still getting back into it, but yeah, so he ends up going out to Vaporeon. Depending on how much this Psychic does, I'm going to go for Earth Power. That Psychic did a hell of a lot, so I'm definitely going to go for Earth Power, though Murkrow is still a switching right there, but again, I'm not really as threatened by that thing. Let me make sure the ladder hasn't reset and I'm not like really low, but alright, so I'm 1955, that's pretty cool. He ends up going out to his Heat Ram with an Air Balloon. Good play on his part, as he's able to get that in for free. But I do have Keldeo right now, and what Keldeo can do is just spam Secret Sword at this point. He only has one switch in, which is his Heracross from that, and yeah, so I can just spam Secret Sword, and Keldeo is a pretty safe switch in as he is able to get up his Rocks. Don't know how much I agree with that, simply because if I went for Psychic and then Earth Power, he would have been knocked out. If I were him, I would have just went for damage on my Landorus. But in any case, I'm going to go right for the Secret Sword. Not going to go for Hydro Pump just in case his Vaporeon has Water Absorb. Don't want that thing getting 25% of its HP for free. So I'm going to go right for the Spec Secret Sword and going to pause it until he decides to make a move. Nope, no I'm not. He ends up going out to Murkrow. Okay, the threat right here. The best thing he can do is priority T-Wave me. I'm not going to let that happen, so I'm going to go out to my Thundurus, as he doesn't go in for that Thunder Wave. Yeah, I was definitely not going to let him like hurt me like that. So I'm going to go right for the Nasty Plot right here. Unless his Drill is Choice Scarf, he won't be able to outspeed me, and Nasty Plot will let me basically dent the entirety of his team. And I also don't want to go for Thunderbolt just in case he roosts right here, but yeah, gonna pause it till he makes a move. I'm going for the Tailwind. That's pretty cool. That's actually really cool. That Well, I mean, that's not going to help him because I have T-Wave, but that's really cool. In any case, I'm going to go right for the HP flying. It was a neutral attack, and just in case he wanted to go out to drill right there and save his Murkrow, but at the same time, it probably would have gone down to Stealth Rock damage. I don't really trust it when it says it's at 25% because Pokemon rounds, I don't know how Pokemon rounds, but it usually rounds down. But in any case, going to go right for the T-Wave on this Heracross, basically neutralizing that Tailwind. As afterwards, I'll be able to go out into my Landorus and just come through with that thing. I don't really think he has anything that can beat that plus Keldeo. So I'm going to go right for the T-Wave right here. He can go for the Rock Blast, and that will be able to knock me out. Let me just fix these dimensions right here. You guys saw a little bit blue of my screen. But I love Nasty Plot Thundurus with T-Wave because basically people have to sack Mons to knock out Thundurus, especially when it's at +2. As it becomes a giant threat. And unfortunately for him, I get him paralyzed, which means Thundurus might be able to get a few extra kills in this match. But yeah, I love that because also of that, I leave him with a present, nice T-Wave, and it actually has a chance to, you know, get the full para right there, so they can potentially just lose their threat. So he ends up going out to his drill. It's more than likely Choice Scarf. So I don't really believe I have a reason to sack my Thundurus right here. I'm just going to go directly on to my Keldeo, as at this point, I believe I can just spam Spec Secret Sword and actually 2-hit KO everything. Mega Heracross though extremely bulky, so I wouldn't be surprised if it did live the Secret Sword. But right here he goes for Rock Slide, confirming that he's more than likely Scarf. And I'm just going to go for the Secret Sword. I think it'll be able to 2-hit KO the Mega Heracross. Not entirely sure though. I probably could go for the HP Flying. Yeah, I probably could go for the HP Flying, predicting the Heracross in all honesty. But I don't think it really matters too much. I have plenty of sacks and enough Pokemon that I can win this battle. And even if I get a +2 of my Scizor, I can knock this out with BP and then Vaporeon out with a Secret Sword or knockoff or whatever I want to go for. So Heracross actually eats that up. See right here, I don't have to stay in. I really don't. I could just sack my Scizor. So I believe I'm just going to do that, as Scizor doesn't really do much for me. Like I said, I could have potentially set up an SD later, but with two flying Pokemon and a Pokemon immune to Iron Head, and just the, oh my god, I feel bad for him, and just the fast Keldeo right here, I don't really see him coming back. But unfortunately for him, I do get paralyzed. But you know what? He does get paralyzed, but you know, what can you do about that? Just gonna go for the BP, as he's able to not knock me out with close combat. Now, if I really wanted to, I could be a jerk and go for Roost right here, but I'm not gonna play around with paralysis. I feel like I've already hacked him enough, though. I don't think it really mattered too much in the outcome. It just sped up the battle a bit, as all I needed was Heracross paralyzed by Thunder Wave to put in work with my Landorus. So now he can go out to drill. He can go out into his Vaporeon. Vaporeon, though, I don't really mind, as I can get off a free knockoff. It probably won't knock him out, simply because he is most likely physically defensive, especially based on the damage that he took from Psychic. And if he goes out to Heatran, that means I just spam Earth Power at this point, which I don't mind at all. So I am expecting him to go out to Vaporeon, though. I guess, like I said, Heatran's a decent play, but Heatran means I can go for Earth Power Landorus. So really not expecting him to want to do that right there. And I'm just going to pause until he decides to make a move. So he ends up going out to Heatran. I don't really agree with this, because I'm able to pop his balloon at the cost of my Scizor, but then I can just go out into my Landorus and just spam Earth Power. So I don't really know how much I agree with that. I guess he really had no choice, though, because Vaporeon might have gone down to, well, let's say if I hacked like Bug Bite or something. But either way, going to be able to go right for the Earth Power right here, as that will be able to knock out the remaining Pokemon on his team. He does have that Scarf Drill, though, so if he does flinch me with Iron Head, he will be able to knock me out. But I do have Keldeo after that to just come in, and Keldeo resisting Iron Head should be able to seal up the game. So I'm going to go out to drill, and just going to leave him my Landorus right here, as he's able to go for the Iron Head. Does not flinch me, as I can knock him out with Earth Power, and Vaporeon is definitely going to go down to this Earth Power. Psychic did like 43%, which is crazy. Sheer Force Lando still proving to be a threat even in this gen. So sorry, man. Yeah, I really do feel bad, but good game. But in any case, let me just look for another battle and pause it till I find one. Alright, so I found a battle versus Subway Boss. Pretty cool guy. I actually like battling him. He's, like I said, he's really cool. I'm gonna lead off with my Mamoswine because I can get up my rocks for free, and it looks like I can just put in work with my Thunderous. I just gotta get rid of his Mamoswine before anything. So I can get up my Stealth Rocks right here, as he'll easily be able to get up his. Nothing I can do about that though. He ends up encoring me. I'm actually fine by that because now I can go out to Keldeo and just spam the Hydro Pump or even Scald. Let me just tell him good luck, by the way, because we always say good luck to each other. So in any case, now I can go right for the Scald. The best thing you can do is get up his rocks right here, and yeah, I'm not really too worried. I don't have a spinner, but the main Pokemon they're going to be putting in damage in this battle don't need the speed. And in any case, I do have my Keldeo out, so not really too worried about what he wants to do in this match. I might actually stay in versus his Rotom Wash just to go for a Scald and get off damage so Landorus can knock him out. But at the same time, I don't think that's the smartest play. Mamoswine is looking pretty useless in this match, so going to go out to that as fodder, as he's going to go right for the Hydro Pump. Unfortunately, he misses. Shouldn't matter too much in the long run. I mean, it did waste his PP, I guess, but I don't think it mattered too much. But in any case, I can go out into my Deoxys right now, and I can go for Psycho Boost. That'll do a hell of a lot. I could actually predict his Bisharp though, and go for Superpower. Not entirely sure what I want to go for, or go for the midway and go for Knockoff. That might also be a decent play right here, but gonna go for Psycho Boost actually. Not really. I don't really think he'll want to go out into his Bisharp. Actually, maybe Superpower is the better play. Yeah, Superpower is the middle play. I'll be able to get off some damage on this Rotom Wash. And if he decides to go out to Bisharp right there, unfortunately I get a critical hit. I would have gotten the knockout on him. So, into going right for Pain Split, I guess expecting my Psycho Boost. This is fine because now I can go for it. I will be able to knock him out. Gonna go for Superpower again though, just in case he wants to go out to Bisharp. Again, just going for the safer play, as he's either predicting me or just going for Hydro Pumps. But either way, he should be in range where I can go out to Landorus and go right for the Psychic and be able to knock him out. Especially after that Superpower damage, I'm thinking that he is more likely physically defensive, so Psychic should be able to knock him out. Let me make sure my ranking is going up because I don't feel like I got any points. Okay, 1969, wow. I guess I could have went for the Psycho Boost later on, but at the end of the day, it didn't really matter too much. I still do have Scizor and Mons that can take on his Mamoswine. Really, I might just play risky versus his Mamoswine in all honesty and go for Earth Power versus it, because he's definitely going out to Mamoswine right here. I might go for Earth Power, predicting him to predict my Scizor or my Keldeo in all honesty, because from there I don't think he has the best matchup versus those two, especially if I get up an SD. So at the same time though, he could just go right for Ice Shard and then follow it up with an Earthquake on my thing, but he ends up going out to Bisharp. I think that's the smarter play. Because he can get off the Sucker Punch damage that he needs, but I'll be able to go right for the Earth Power. I probably could have went for the Rock Polish right there, so that could help me out later on, but because that way I get up the speed and they'll force him into Mamoswine, not into Gengar. But in any case, gonna go right for the knockoff. No reason not to, as he's able to knock me out with the Shadow Ball, but I can just go out into my Keldeo. And I believe, unless he has like Thunderbolt or something, I'll be able to knock him out right here. So I'm gonna go right for the Scald, as that will be able to knock out this Gengar. Like I said, unless he's packing like Psychic, Dazzling Gleam or something, I don't think he can knock me out. Really not expecting that though, because Focus Blast is honestly better because it hits Bisharp and stuff like that. But ends up having the Sludge Wave. Unfortunately, he gets a crit on me. That could be bad. Yeah, that could be bad, but in any case, I can go out to Thunderous right here, and I can go right for the T-Bolt. That should be able to knock him out. That's really unfortunate, though, that he got that crit, but that crit ensures that I get up a free SD with my Scizor if this Thunderbolt knocks him out, because he'll be able to go out into his Mamoswine after that. And what I'm actually going to do is stay in versus his Mamoswine if he ends up going out into it. He could also go out into his Heracross right here, but in all honesty, going out to Heracross would be a pretty poor play, because I do have the HP Flying. So he definitely goes out to Mamoswine right here. I'm actually going to go for HP Flying just to get off some chip damage on this thing. I don't want to switch Scizor directly in on the Earthquake. So He ends up going for Earthquake, predicting my Scizor right here. And I'm actually going to go for... I believe I can just go for my Scizor switch right here. And just go for BP, and that should be able to knock out the Heracross too. He might actually just predict my Scizor, so I'm just going to go for HP Flying again. Even if he goes for Ice Shard right here, I can go out to my Scizor, and then I can set up an SD and essentially just seal up the game right there. Let me just calculate really quickly how much +2 Scizor's thing does to Heracross. But he ends up predicting my Scizor once again, so that's going to work out for me, and that's going to seal the game. So I guess I have no reason to go for the calc right there. I basically made the safest plays possible. Going for Superpower was, I think, the best play on Rotom. Unfortunately, I got a crit early on, so that I might have gone for Psycho Boost from there. But in any case, I can knock out his Mega Heracross with the HP Flying, and that is going to be a good game. So yeah, good game, Subway Boss. I am now 1980 on the ladder, which is number 6. Super close to super close to number 1. We are 16 minutes in. Let me just check really quickly if I have to go, because I actually have somewhere I have to go. So let me just pause it and I'll come back if anything. Battle. Well, maybe. I actually don't know. Somebody's on their way. Really close. But yeah, I feel like in the last battle I could have went out into my Mega Scizor, but I feel like after that I would have had to do a double switch back into my Thundurus, which is why I kind of stayed in and went for HP Flying, hoping that he would go for Earthquake, predicting my Scizor, because Scizor was what we would call the better play. Which is why I made the riskier play right there. But I feel like I had to, because at +2, if that Mega Heracross was running max HP, no way in hell I was knocking it out. So yeah, let's just look for one more battle, and I'll pause until I find one. Alright, so we have found a battle. Hopefully I can get this done in time. He has a really threatening team, in all honesty. I have to get rid of his... I have to weaken his Aegislash and get rid of his Kyurem before I can win with Landorus right here. So, going to lead off on my Mamoswine, of course, as it is the universal lead, as he ends up leading off with his Aegislash, and I believe I'm going to go right for Earthquake. Yeah, well, I need Stealth Rocks, so I'm actually going to go for my Stealth Rocks right here. If I was Life Orb, he would be fearing me anyway, so he doesn't end up fearing the Earthquake. I'm going to switch out into my Deoxys, because I can take any one hit he wants to go for, barring like a Sleep Powder, which I don't think he'll go for, and I can go for Psycho Boost and potentially knock him out. Gonna go for Knockoff, predicting him to either want to go out to Heatran or Aegislash right here. I don't feel like I need the Deoxys, because Landorus also has Psychic for Conkeldurr, and even though it does have a lot of offensive pressure, I needed my Stealth Rocks up, and 2, I needed to force out the Venusaur any way possible. So end up getting off the spooky play right here. What I'm actually gonna do is go for Psycho Boost. I wasn't really expecting him to go for Shadow Sneak right there, but he did end up going for Shadow Sneak, as what I can do right now is go directly out into my Landorus and go right for the knockoff. I was honestly expecting Rotom right there, but in any case, able to get off that knockoff, knock out the Aegislash. Unfortunately, I revealed that I had knockoff, but he ends up forfeiting. I guess he's scared of this Landorus. Either that or he had to go. That's unfortunate that he forfeited. I actually wanted to play that out and see how it would have went. Thanks, man. Yeah, but basically when I got rid of Rotom and weakened Tran, I won also with SD Scizor, and Thundurus just put in work this battle, so really unfortunate that he forfeited. How close am I to number 1? 1990, number 1 is 11 points away. Do I have enough time to go for number 1 right now? Do I have enough time? Alright, I'm doing something right now, bro. Okay. Alright, let's see how much time has gone by. 19 minutes. Alright, let's see if I can go for number 1 this next match. The thing is, with this team, if I face Baton Pass, well, Baton Pass isn't as bad as, okay. Baton Pass isn't as bad as Stall. Actually, my rider's here. Uh-oh. Alright, so I guess looks like we're going for number 1 in the following episode. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I know that last battle wasn't the best way to end it. Let me pause it just to check if my rider's here, okay? And if anything, I'll go for another one. Alright, let me see if I can find a battle. If I can't find it in like a minute, I'm gonna have to go anyway, so, because I have to start packing or taking stuff outside for the person. But I really want to go for number 1 right now. I'm so close. 1990, so close to 2000, but I'm not gonna be able to. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Check out the previous episodes if you missed them. Stay tuned for more, which would most likely be the final episode in the next episode, depending on how well I do. And until next time, guys, thank you all for the comments and the likes and support. Really appreciate it. So until next time, later.